15 plus 18. I'm going to add those two products, okay? And then I've got two that are 3 by 5, okay? So if I'm looking at it, I could say, okay, I've got a 3 by 5 and another 3 by 5 over here. And I know 3 times 5 is 15. So I'm going to add those products. So 18 plus 18 plus 15 plus 15. And then I've got this larger face over here. So if this is 6, then this is also 6. So the big face is going to be 6 by 5, okay? 6 by 5 for both of these, okay? And I know 6 times 5 is 30, but I have two of those. So I'm going to say plus 30 plus 30. Now, if I want to know the full surface area, what I have to do is I have to add all of these products. So you're basically doing length times width for each face. I think the confusing part is that there are 6 faces for a rectangular prism, and you can't see all of them if you don't have a geometric net like this. When you have a geometric net, you can simply order them. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I mean, you can very clearly see, hey, I've got 6 faces here, all right? So if you add all these together, you know 30 plus 30, let's put these together. This is going to be 60. And you know 15 plus 15, that's going to be 30. And you know 18 plus 18 is going to be 36. So if I add all of these together, I know 60 and 30 is going to be 90. 90 plus 36 is going to be 126. And I would label this units squared, okay? That's going to be your surface area. So the volume, notice the volume is 90. The surface area over here is 126. Notice that I label them differently. This is units cubed for volume. This is units squared for surface area. Let's look at another example down here. Okay, that actually has numbers. Okay, here's another example. So I want to label this. The first thing that I would do if you're looking at a rectangular prism like this is I would make sure I've got the right dimensions. And here's this right here. Here's the geometric net over here. So this same dimensions here are labeled here. They have 5 by 3 by 5 by 5 by 3. Here's your long side 6. So if this is 6, then this is 6, this is 6, all the way over. If this is 3 up here, then this measurement is 3. If this part is 5, then this would be 5, this would be 5. If this section right here is 5, then this would be 5. And then you can start doing length times width a little bit, I think a little bit easier. If this is 3, then this is going to be 3 right in here. So I can see for this rectangular face right here, this lateral face, this is 5 by 6. That's 30. So if that's 30, then guess what this is going to be? This is going to be 5 by 6 also. This is going to be 30. So there's 2 faces. If this rectangle here is 3 by 6, I know 3 times 6 is 18. Then look over here. This is going to be 3 by 6 also. This is going to be another 18. So there's 4 of my lateral faces, and I've got to do my bases. So I have a 3 by 5, and over here is a 3 by 5. So I know 3 times 5 is 15. And here, 3 by 5 is 15 again. And then again, the last step, you're adding all these together, and that's where you get the 126 that we did in the last example, okay? Let's look at another one. Okay, let's label this together. So if this side is 5, then this is going to be 5. If this long side is 8 right over here, then so is this. And so is this. If the front base right here is 8, then so is this right here and right here, okay? All right, so How would we figure out what this is? I've got the top and the bottom is 8 by 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. How many of those do I have? I've got 2. 64 plus 64. And then I've got a front and a back that's 5 by 8. I know 5 times 8 is 40. How many of those do I have? You got 2 of them. So I have 40 plus 40. Okay? So I've got my 5 by 8 and my 5 by 8 here. But notice that the side panels are also 5 by 8. So I've got my 8 by 8 for the top and the bottom. But my 5 by 8 over here is the same as the 5 by 8 over here. Okay? So I've got 2 more sets of 40. Okay? So I know that if I put these together, 64 and 64 is going to be 128. 40 and 40 is going to be 80. 40 and 40 is another 80. So I know 80 plus 80. Let's write this out. That's going to be 160 plus 128 is going to be 288 meters squared. This is the surface area. Okay. Now, in your DMR today, there's going to be volume too. So how would we find the volume for this? Volume is just length times width times height. So you're going to do 5 times 8 is 40. 40 times 8 is going to be 320 meters cubed. So notice volume is cubed, surface area is squared. And I'm hoping just by, those examples that might help solidify how to find surface area today. I think we have time to do one more. Let's look at this one. If this is 2 here, then this is also going to be 2. If the length of this prism is 4, the length over here is going to be 4. If the depth here is 3, then it's going to be 3 over here. So I know that the 2 ends are 2 times 3. And up here I see 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. And I have 2 of those. Then I know the front of it right here looks like it's 4 by 2. That means the back is also going to be 4 by 2. I know 4 times 2 is 8. So I have 2 of those. And then I have this panel here, this lateral surface right here, 3 by 4. I know 3 times 4 is 12. Well, there's 2 of those. So for surface area, I have to find the sum of all 6 products. Make sure you've got 6 that you're adding together. Don't leave out a face. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 8 plus 8 is 16. 12 plus 12 is 24. I've got to add all of this together. So I know 12 plus 16 is 28. So I have 28 plus 24. I know 28 plus 24 is going to equal 52. And this is in feet, so I'm going to say feet squared. That's your surface area. The volume for number 1, here's volume, would be length is 2 times width is 3 times the height is 4. So I know 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24 cubic feet. Okay. Okay. Let's come back and see how we're doing. Do you guys feel like you're comfortable with surface area and volume? Like you can do some of these questions today?
Yeah.
It's okay to use a calculator. If you can pop up a calculator using your Chromebook, I'm all for it. That's perfectly fine. Okay. All right. I want to talk